Good evening, everybody. My name is 12 Gauge. Welcome. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you for spending the time with me. If you've been here before, oh my goodness, way to go, 12 Gauge. If you haven't been here before, welcome. Nice to see you. Hope that you find something that you enjoy, something that you like hearing or that I talk about. Please do remember that everything that I talk about in these lives or the streams, other than the podcast, are based on my opinion, and everything is alleged. But I try to present it with an intellectual spin, an intellectual view, and I try to make sure that I make everything add up. So tonight, I'm going to talk about the update on the Missouri student that's been missing in Nashville. There's been an update today, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get on it.
Is Riley Strain. The 22-year-old visiting Nashville last weekend for a fraternity formal remains missing tonight. Thanks for joining us here at 6, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Hunter Hoagland. His friends last saw him after he was asked to leave Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway. This story has caught the attention of people all across the country, and Rory with a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah, so many. We know so many of you care about this, and like us, you're hoping for a positive outcome. News Channel 5's Chris Davis sharing the latest details that we've uncovered.
For 5 days, they've searched low along the riverbank and put his picture high up on billboards. But there's still no sign of college student Riley Strain.
It's a very sad situation. I wouldn't wish it upon anybody.
Music City Wine and Spirits heard about the missing 22-year-old, but didn't think about their surveillance cameras until a construction worker and then Riley's own mother asked them to check.
We were able to go back on the cameras at that time and look at the picture more clear and see that it was the kid that was missing.
Sure enough, one angle shows Riley stumble and collide with a pole on Church Street, stay on the ground for a moment, then stand back up. Their second angle shows him struggling to continue down Church Street. Then, where Church turns into Gay Street at the river, a Metro Police camera shows Riley looking around for a moment before continuing towards the river.
Usually someone is with that person to help him.
Sharif says working in the heart of downtown, he's used to seeing people struggling to walk down the street. There's just one key difference.
They usually have someone with them to guide them, call them an Uber, take them to the hotel, not just let him be.
Saturday afternoon, about 16 hours after Riley was last seen, some of his friends came here to the Central Precinct, hoping to report him missing. When they couldn't get into the lobby, that's when they called 911.
Okay. What is his name? His name is Riley Strain. Okay, and what color clothing was he last seen wearing? He's wearing jeans, boots, and a half black shirt, half brown, light brown.
So what took so long? According to Riley's family, his fraternity brothers initially thought Riley made it back to their hotel. The next morning, they started searching and stopped by the Davidson County Sheriff's Office first before being redirected to Metro Police.
Well, I hope we find him. I hope he's okay.
In the meantime, the searches low and high will continue. Chris Davis, News Channel 5.
Oh, we hope they find him, Chris. Thank you. We've got another new development tonight as well. The Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission has just launched an investigation. They are now looking into whether or not bartenders at Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway overserved the 22-year-old.
Okay, I was wondering the same thing. Like, I even asked an individual on that. Hold on a second, guys. Oh, sorry about that. I even asked somebody the other night, about the possibility of the bartender having some kind of liability based on, well, did they overserve him? Did somebody slip him something? Did he come in impaired? Because I don't know what the laws are like in Tennessee, but I know in Texas that if you come in to a bar and you look impaired, they're not going to serve you. They're going to deny service to you. Um, so I don't know exactly if he was ever asked any questions like that or anything. But I have another video. Let's go ahead and watch this one and see if it's any different than what I just shared. I have like three videos, two more. So we'll see. Let's see how different this one is. Okay, of course, there we've identified that this is the little area down by that building with the cinder looking blocks. The other night, Jeff was able to show us the location. I can't really remember the location right offhand. But if you notice, in this right here, there's a bicycle lane. But if you look at this area on Google Maps, and I'll show it here in a little bit again, if you look on Google Maps, this is not in the picture. And here's another construction area. So this is getting toward, this is Church Street, if I recall correctly. And they go down to Gay Street at the end back over here. So this camera was able to capture him right here. And I know I was looking at videos today where they showed another camera view that they found at like 9:59 or something down by the river, but we'll get there.
These are the surveillance videos we've seen so far. You see 22-year-old Riley.
See, look at him right there. I wish I could zoom in, but look right there. A lot of people say that he's stumbling around. It looks to me like he's looking at a cell phone right there. It looks like he's trying to find, I don't know. I'm just speculating here. But it looks like he's looking at a cell phone. He's looking at his hand. I don't know. I wish I could zoom in. Let me see if I can do. There's the full view. That doesn't help much. But it looks like he's looking at something in his left hand. Riley, what did you tell Adam? Nothing. Anyways, just a little joke there. I hope, to break the seriousness. But anyways, it looks like he's looking at his left hand right there with a cell phone in it. What do y'all think, guys? You think that that's a cell phone? If you think that's a cell phone, hit a 1. If you think it's something else, type in what you think it might be. Because I believe that's a cell phone, but I could be wrong.
Train stumbling through the streets of Nashville. Police say Riley was kicked out of Luke's bar on Broadway Friday night while on a Mizzou fraternity trip. He told friends he was heading back to their hotel. But video shows him walking up 3rd Avenue North, turning onto Church Street and Gay Street, then disappearing after this last Life 360 ping near James Robertson Parkway.
The last contact with the friends was after he left Luke Bryan's. I believe that one of them had tried to reach out to him. I don't remember if it was by phone or by text. I think he said that he heard, like it sounded like he was outside. He could hear a lot of loud noise outside. But he couldn't give any more information, and then he wasn't able to actually speak to him.
Police have spent days scouring the area for any clues, but Metro Cold Case Sergeant Robert Nelson says they're also digging through Riley's call logs, text messages, and any location pings that could have gotten lost.
Some of the data we're still waiting on. There's a legal process when you're getting some of this information, and so sometimes it's multiple steps, and a lot of it depends on the company that you're trying to get that information, whether it's social media or a cell phone company.
They're also looking for information on the Apple Watch Riley was wearing. I asked a phone location specialist What else could come from these devices? He says in some of these cases, the companies who created the phone or watch worn can track down more precise locations of them before they lost power.
But right now, we have requested some of that information. We've done emergency pings, and we're just trying to get that information from them.
Sergeant Nelson says right now they're just hoping to get any new information from Riley's phone or watch as soon as possible.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question though, okay? Um, when he was just seen running right there and he hits that embankment, don't you think that it would have somehow bashed his head a little bit? Maybe he had a cut, maybe he had a concussion, maybe he had some kind of injury that caused him to act disorientated. Because I know that a lot of times playing football, when somebody would have a concussion, they would be in the here and now, but they wouldn't be in the here and now. I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm just saying that, it looks like he hit that pretty hard. It looks like he hit it hard. And this one's going to be the updated one that I was looking for today, or a while ago. Here we go.
Tonight, a break in the case of missing University of Missouri student Riley Strain. More than a week after Strain disappeared while on a fraternity trip in Nashville, his bank card is discovered on an embankment by the Cumberland River. There was also a body discovered in the river today, but it is believed to be Riley. News 2's Nikki McGee is live for us right now with the latest. Nikki?
Yeah, Kinley, well, today I've been speaking with two girls who have been searching this area behind me. This leads up to the Cumberland River, and I want to show you, you can take a look down here. It's just filled with lots of debris and lots of trash, so certainly more spots to check, but they do tell me at the very bottom of it is where they did discover Riley's credit card. Family have since been on scene, as well as detectives talking to these girls who made the discovery. Family tells me police have told them OEM is on the way to check out the area in a boat once again. Right now, Riley's parents tell me they're on the way to talk to detectives at Metro Police and review some more surveillance footage. Now, these girls who found the credit card say they do encourage others to come out and help out with this search and certainly work to raise awareness. Both of them are putting themselves in Riley's family's shoes and hoping this case doesn't go cold.
I look more into cold cases, I guess, ones that are from like the 90s and the early 2000s that are unsolved. And I spend a lot of time digging into those, and I'll actually privately message officers and stuff like that, going back and forth with that. But I lived 20 minutes away from this, and so once I heard it was happening and nothing was happening, Tuesday night I came down here with my boyfriend and we were like, let's go walk it.
Now, again, this is unrelated to the other body that was discovered in the Cumberland River today. And of course, if you have any information on this case, you're asked to contact Metro Police right away. Reporting live from downtown Nashville, Nikki McGee at News 2.
Thank you so much, Nick.
Okay, so they found the bank card. Man, I'm so used to somebody being up here with me. It's almost difficult to do this on my own anymore. I've gotten used to having people on the panel. But they found a bank card. Let's see. Patriot. Sabrina. Welcome. You say, that's how I stumble around when I don't have my reading glasses. I'm trying to figure something out on my phone. Hey. Good point. Patriot Clips. Welcome. He looks like he's holding up his phone multiple times, probably using GPS. I wonder where his hotel was. Was it across the bridge? If so, maybe GPS was pointing him in that direction. Let me pull up on a map to show you exactly where his hotel was, because I already looked into this the other day, and it is nowhere near where he was walking. Let me show you exactly where that is. Sabrina, you said good point. Maybe he has bad service and trying to figure out what's going on. Yes, very good. Very, very good point. Let me show you the map. See, I was looking for the Temple Hotel because I had heard somebody say that on another newscast, but it's not called the Tempo, it's called the Tempo. Luke Bryan's is where would Luke Bryan's be? Okay, there's that. So it would be over here. Luke Bryan's is off Broadway. Okay, so let me go ahead and put that in here. Directions. Luke's 32 Bridge. All right. So let's go this route right here. Now we're going to be going by foot. So look at this, guys. It's a 12-minute walk. Let me show you the landscape. This is where Luke's bar is. So that's the direction he should have been going. He should have turned left right there on Broadway. He's right here on the corner. Instead, well, shoot. Good grief. Okay, let me back this up because I totally messed that up. Okay. What I'm saying is he went down 3rd Avenue all the way to Church Street, which would be there's Gay Street. So Church would be right here. Okay, so he would have went all this way to Church Street. So there's 1 block, 2 long ass blocks, okay? He makes a right. There's that building, that white building that they show him walking by. I guess right here, along this route, probably right here is where they show him falling down. He goes across the parking lot. So I think it's this right here is where they show him falling down. So he goes up to Church Street, past this building right here, onto Gay Street, and he walks further down Gay Street than anything else. And this is where his phone lost ping, right here. Because this is the area where there's stairs, and there's a sign right here that says this area is monitored by camera 24 hours a day. So the video that I saw the other day, it showed somebody running right here in this area. And it showed at 12:59, 2 police cars patrolling right here. But they didn't, they didn't say that was Riley or anything like that. And the camera that's there, you can't really tell it. So let me take you on the route Are y'all still with me? Put a number 1 if you're still here. Number 2 if you're not. Let me go ahead and put these up here. Good point. Maybe he was in bad service. I'm a former nurse, and it definitely would affect him. Okay, so let's go down here, and I'm going to show you how far it is from the area where he left. Had he went to his hotel, where's Luke Bryan's at? Okay, there's Luke's. What he should have done is went left. He went straight. He went this way. This is the way to the hotel. I counted it the other day. It's on 8th Street. That's 4th. John Lewis Highway. We're still on Broadway. What street is this? That's 6. I hate when Google does that. God, I'm all over the road. Good thing I'm not driving like this. This would be 7th. So this next block would be 8th. Oh, come on. Okay, this is the 8th. So you turn right here. And that hotel, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, which I couldn't find it the other day, but it shows that it's right on this street. Maybe I didn't go down far enough. It showed that it's right here. I would think if at the hotel, it's probably right back here somewhere. One of these. It's probably the hotel. I wouldn't think this would be the hotel. It doesn't even look like it's, like it's even in operation. And unless it's this thing right here, that's a mighty fancy hotel. See what the things say. 2020. Let's keep going down the street. Yeah, there's a lot of construction around this area. I would say the hotel is off to the right, or if you're coming from that way back here, one of these is the hotel. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure that. So you said, so he went in the complete opposite direction. That is bizarre. Yes, he went the opposite direction. Cop definitely know what he plugged into GPS last. If he did, imagine if he plugged in the wrong hotel and he was heading in the direction of the wrong hotel the whole time. That's a very good thought. That's a very good thought. I can hardly use GPS in walk mode in a big city. I always get turned around and I'm sober. Oh, I agree with you. I've done that in St. Louis, and I've gone round and round and round. I've gone literally around the block like 4 times and passed the hotel on the wrong end. You know, like I would have been, let's say this is the hotel, I would have been going this way, down that street, and then back this way, and down that street, and then finally realizing, hey, I need to go down this street, and there'd be the hotel. But there's other streets he could have went. What I'm looking at is if any of these, so there's Commerce. Let me see where Church Street is on this. Because Church Street, there's 3rd right here. Yeah, he wouldn't have went as far as Church. So it's before Commerce. So that hotel is probably about 5 blocks from where he was. And if he was walking as fast as he was, it's interesting that, yes, White Lion, we saw that. That's what I was saying. Maybe he had a head injury after that. You know, maybe that caused his unsteadiness or whatever. Yes, sir, Mr. Jeff H. He was going the wrong direction at the wrong time. That's an inside joke, y'all. Maybe Jeff can explain it to y'all in chat if y'all want. Hi, Kim. Hi, Patriot Clips. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Jeff. Welcome to the chat. I'm going to play another video, and I want you to look at this video. I mean, I may have played it before, but I want you to look at this video, and I want you to really focus on him for a second. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to start right there. Okay? Right there. He's slumped over. He's walking down that building that we talked about, that I showed you on Church Street. Right now, he's on Church Street. Is that a normal walking pattern? Especially when we saw him walking upright earlier in the night, you know, and I'm sure it's going to show on this. But I want you to pay attention to all the times that they show video of him. And now I'm going to rewind it and try to pause it on those images and see if we can see anything at all.
Video from a downtown business helps establish where 22-year-old Riley Strain went after leaving a Broadway bar Friday night. No one has seen or heard from the Missouri college student since.
Okay, did y'all see that? Watch right here. Hey, watch right here when you get to this little, I guess that's a concrete barrier. Look what he does. He's looking at his phone and he trips.
Night. No one has seen or heard from the Missouri college student since. Riley was in town for an event with his fraternity brothers.
His friends told police he disappeared after getting kicked out of a bar. That's where all of this begins, Luke Bryan's bar. From there, security video helps us piece together where Riley reportedly went. He's picked up around the corner on a smoke shop security camera. His last Snapchat location was a few minutes away near Public Square Park. And then Metro Police released video showing Riley near First Avenue North. In all, he walked for about 15 minutes. That's where the trail runs cold. A search of the Cumberland River today also turned up nothing.
News 2's Sarah Smith walks us through that video tonight.
Friday, March 8th, University of Missouri senior Riley Strain hits Broadway with his fraternity brothers. The group goes to Luke Bryan's bar. Police say friends told them he was kicked out. New surveillance video from a nearby business shows Riley after leaving the bar off 2nd and Church Street. He takes a tumble, then keeps walking. His parents emotional.
We feel like when he came out, because they had been to a couple other places, that he got turned around on the direction.
Riley's friends say they tried to find his location by his last Snapchat. That didn't provide answers, so they called Metro Police Saturday afternoon.
Who is it that you're wanting to report is missing? We're here on a fraternity formal trip. It's one of my good buddies.
Police confirm Riley's phone was off.
The last time his location on his phone was by the sheriff's office at like 11 p.m.
The phone's last location was near Public Square Park, about 5 minutes from the bar.
Okay, and what color?
Okay, If that 911 caller just said his last location on his phone was by the sheriff's office at 11 p.m. Here it is, 9:46:05. Supposedly his phone went off record and by that bridge at around 10ish. So who had his phone at 11?
Clothing was he last seen wearing? He's wearing jeans, boots, and a half black shirt, half brown, light brown.
Then this surveillance video from Metro Police shows Riley near Gay Street and First Avenue North just before 10 o'clock, about 15 minutes from the bar. Riley's fraternity brothers not ready to comment. A spokesperson from the University of Missouri expressing their support for the family. Luke Bryan's bar giving us a statement today saying they are cooperating with Metro Police and they hope Riley is safe. In Nashville, Sarah Smith, News 2.
And Metro's director of nightlife sent a statement tonight urging visitors to monitor.
Okay, let's go back. It said he was picked up on a smoke shop camera. So that's the building right there in which they see him, walking slumped over, because there's Gay Street. And then they say there's a Metro Nashville Police Department released a video. That's the one I'm telling you about. I'm looking for it. If y'all can find it, pin the link so I can show it. But right here is where the video was released, where that's past that bridge, though. So this Snapchat location was. Do y'all believe that Riley was snapping? I see your comment. We're gonna discuss that here in a minute. Do you want to come up, Patriot? You don't have to show your face. You can just come up and talk with me. Anybody want to come up? I'll pin the link. Because honestly, I don't like being up here by myself for some reason. I thought I'd enjoy it. I enjoy doing the recorded one by myself, but being up here just isn't as fun without somebody to discuss this stuff with. So that's where the video was released by the police. And this is wherever he saw him last. The Snapchat location. Surely he wasn't snapping. He wasn't doing Snapchats when he was leaned over like that. Do you believe that? Put a 1 for yes, 2 for no. Do y'all believe that? He was slumped over doing Snapchats with his left hand going like this. 1 yes, 2 no. I mean, because it wouldn't seem logical. He just hit his head on that concrete piece of median or whatever. Let's look back. I don't even know if this video shows it.
His friends told police he disappeared after getting kicked out of a bar. That's where all of this begins, Luke Bryan's bar. From there, security video helps us piece together where Riley reportedly went. He's picked up around the corner on a smoke shop security camera. His last Snapchat location was a few minutes away near Public Square Park. And then Metro Police...
Just before 10 o'clock, about 15 minutes from the bar. Riley's fraternity brothers not...
Okay, if this is Gay Street, this is the area where the river starts, right down here, because Gay Street starts right here. They're coming off Church right here, and this is going into Gay Street. So look at all these people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. 7 people. There's somebody going that way. These 2 are going that way. So how could these people seem to be going in the same direction as him? These people are headed this direction. So how could no one have seen him after the fact? Like, if somebody's stumbling like that, wouldn't you believe that you would keep an eye on somebody like that, even if you didn't know them? Have you ever been walking in the park with your girl or your guy, if you're a female in the chat, and or your girl or your guy, either way, however you represent yourself. While you're walking in the park, you see somebody stumbling, maybe talking to themselves or whatever. You're still going to watch them a little bit, I would think, to see what they do. Make sure they don't need help. Make sure they don't require any assistance, because as this map shows, let me show you exactly where he was in that area. I should have this map memorized by now. Good grief, Mark. 12 gauge. Okay, there's Gay Street right there. Right here. So, I wish I could turn it around, but I don't want to lose it. This building right here is the building he was walking next to, slumped over, as I said earlier. This right here, obviously, there's no construction signs because they haven't, they haven't updated the map, I guess, with the construction stuff going on. But this is where all those, I know you probably can't see that. Let me stop sharing that. I can get back to the map. You're like, what are you showing us, bro? We can't see nothing but that other thing. Okay, here we are. Thank you for hanging in there. This is the building that he was walking by. Supposedly there's a camera on the Plaza Hotel or something. One of these buildings has a camera on it. So it would have been something over here, I guess. Well, they caught him walking by this building right here. This is the street with all the construction, the barriers, all this. There's a couple walking this way. The rest of them are going this way. And what you see is Riley is right here. There's a guy walking this way. Like I said, the couple walking this way. And everybody else is heading in the same direction. So that's kind of hard to believe that after that nobody saw or heard anything. Here we are again. I just showed you this. So now it's a better representation. Here's the road closed. There's the crosswalk. Here's the other crosswalk that goes into Gay Street right here. This is the park. Got a little park area. So let me show you.
Ready to comment? A spokesperson from the University of Missouri expressing their support for the family. Luke Bryan.
See, he even turned around right there. See right there how he turned around? Did somebody yell at him from the car? Is he looking for somebody behind him? Was he running from somebody? Let's see what you say, Jeff. Hey, 12 Gauge, I just posted a video on my YouTube channel of one of the videos some think is Riley walking. I zoom way in, I don't think it's Riley. Okay. That's a good point. It's like the rest of the crowd that was walking that way just disappeared or didn't see anything somehow. Taking the dog out. Be right back. Okay. He went down to the river to clean up after he threw up on his shirt. He took his shirt off a little downstream from the last video. Okay, Ken, elaborate on that because I haven't heard that. I'd like to hear more information. Give me some more information. He was not robbed because his phone did not ping anymore after he fell in the river. Where are you getting this information so I can pass it along? Because if that happened, I mean, that would explain a lot. If he puked on himself, he went down by the river to clean up, would he have left his shirt off? Did he get his. Okay. Let's go with Jeff's video here. His shirt was seen in the news. Okay. Yeah, I did hear that also, Ken. I did. I heard that a homeless person was wearing it. I heard that on the newscast. But I'm wondering how how you got that information, because that is some information I haven't heard. I'd like to hear more about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doubting you. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just would like to hear more about it because that's some interesting information. This is on Jeff's channel. So let's look at this. Okay, this is, he said, I don't think this is Riley Strange on the Justice AA Birch building. No, that individual looks a little wider. I mean, but he's wearing a baseball cap too. Looks like he's smoking a cigarette. And then there's another individual behind him. Two individuals walking. That's interesting, Jeff. Interesting. I haven't seen this. Then one person right here. Hey, I'm not starting with the shadow shit. I can see this person leaning against the wall, smoking a cigarette or whatever. There's his phone. And this person right here is standing with a baseball cap. This person has a phone on right there, it looks like. And they're walking together. Look, there's a person on those bikes they have down there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 6 people right there in that vicinity of that camera. 7. 7 people. They would have seen or heard something, you think? That is a great video, wherever you got that from, Jeff. Wow. And then right here is where the cops go by, I think. Let's watch that again. Tell me what y'all think. I mean, I'm not trying to push my narrative on you. What do y'all see? There's one person, right? We all agree on that. Does he have a baseball cap on? Yes or no? There's another person right here. They're dressed all in black, correct? They stop. The person dressed in black stops right there. This person walks up here. This person is either checking his cell phone or lighting a cigarette. What do y'all think? Man, those little scooters can go. I didn't realize they went that fast. Look at the look at the blur they leave behind on the camera. And after this, supposedly 2 cops cars come down this street. About 10:59, I think. 2 cops cars come down this street right here. That is awesome, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you. His body is missing. It must be in the river downstream. His shirt and credit card were found. Yes, sir. He went to with the vomit, fell in, drowned, and floated down the river. He was drunk. Yeah, we could see that. I could see that most definitely. Credit card was probably in the shirt pocket to buy drinks. Yeah, because they said that he was going to pay for his tab, which was a beer and two waters. Wash the vomit. So that's your theory, Kim, that he vomited on himself, or maybe he was washing blood off if he cracked his head open on that thing. Maybe he got blood on his hand. Maybe he got blood on his shirt. You know, I can go with that. That's not far fetched. I mean, it really isn't because he hit that concrete thing really hard. Let's look at the map once again. So this is the area. Where's the police station? Let me. Second Avenue. Let's go with that one because that one. Well, no, that's too far away. Unless this is the area that they were talking about at 11 p.m. That's where his phone pinged again. His buddies were saying it pinged there, so that could be, but I don't know. I don't really. I mean, that's quite a distance. See, it's up here, but would that be if he was here at 9:46, going across this at 9:46? Do you think it could have taken him that long to get up here? Or whoever had his cell phone? If he was robbed, his phone would be used to ping elsewhere. Very good point. Why would he go to the big river instead of to a drinking fountain at the public park? The river probably didn't have access by footpath. Well, it didn't. As we saw in that one video, it had like rocks going down to the river. So homeless people have dug out rocks where they made their own steps down to the river. I still think there's a possibility that GPS was telling him to make a right across the bridge. This was his drunk right into the water. No telling, no telling. There's no easy access to the river at the bridge. He walked down near where the video was. He walked down to remove his shirt. Ken, it sounds like you've done that before, and I've definitely done that before. So that's not that situation that you're talking about is not a not feasible thing to do. I'm on board with that theory for real, but we really don't know. If he clicked on home on GPS, that would be sad. Footpath near where he was seen last in video. I know that area. Okay, all right, buddy. I can dig it. I can dig it. Um, so you want to come up? You want to talk? I'd like to hear some more about that area if you want to come up. You don't have to show your face. Just talk to me and give us an outline of what the area looks like, what you would see walking down that path or that road. Come on up, buddy. I'd love to hear about that area. You know what I mean? I can send you the link and you can come up. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to get on camera. I just want to know more about that area other than a map or some other people's videos because it basically showed the same thing. All right, there I sent you the StreamYard link. and just kind of, what I'll do is I'll put the map up and you can kind of walk us through it. Let us know what you see as you are from that area. So therefore you'd know what you'd see on that map.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, obviously, I'm from Nashville. I know that area pretty well. And so
Okay.
this is my theory. A lot of people, I'm doing great.
Okay, we're going down to Church Street. This is the 9:46 time frame. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is where we saw the kids, this is where we saw the 5 people. I think that video that Jeff just showed us, this was the same type area. So what's this terrain like? What's it like here? Can you get down to the river, or is there a fence? Or what's it like? Are you there?
Let me mute you for 1 second.
You're breaking up a little bit. Do you
Yeah,
have your YouTube?
I'm
You have
sorry.
your YouTube on?
All right. So right there, where that looks like it's a statue. Actually, it's got that little green spot. That's in the
Yeah.
video. That's where basically the main public area ends. In other words, the tourist area kind of stops there. That's where he was in that last video, approximately right there.
Okay.
And that's right across that area right there is where he was. Now, if you go down that bank right there to the river, all right, it's a lot easier access than the bridge. And so if you go north, you'll see the bridge.
Right. So you're talking about going this way to the bridge, right?
Yeah, right there. So
Okay.
you can't go down where the bridge is. So everybody's, that's where they found the credit card under the bridge. That's where his phone last pinged. So I'm thinking that he went down right there, but he walked under the bridge to take off his shirt. Yeah, walked in
So
right
you
there.
think he went down right here?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
And went down to the bank, but walked along the bank under the bridge. I guess to be more private because he's taking off his shirt, kind of washing up, right? I mean, this is just false speculation. But number one, if he was robbed, somebody would have taken his phone, right?
Right. But look,
there's
there's a fence there. How tall do you think that fence is? You can skip it,
well,
right?
that's to keep people from going down. If you go a little bit further down, just a bit, there's access down there because the homeless people do go down there that way, right?
Okay.
But the homeless people don't live on the river bank, right? Because they live under the bridge, of the top, But
right,
they couldn't have robbed him from the sidewalk and thrown him off, otherwise his body would be on the rocks. So he had to go down to the water, right? And surely somebody didn't rob him and take him down to the water, and the bridge is too tall.
Right.
So my theory is he wasn't robbed, because if he was robbed, they would take his phone, and they'd take his watch, and then they'd take his wallet. My theory is that he threw up on his shirt. There has been reports that he had his shirt. A homeless person had his shirt and had vomit on it. Right? You may ask, why would a homeless person take a shirt with vomit?
What kind of access is up on the other side of this?
The only way you can get access is going back to where we were. It's like too steep right there.
Okay.
No way a direct person can make it.
So we're heading toward the bridge.
Right.
Because this is the area they found his credit card at.
Yeah.
This area.
So I believe he's walking along the bank of the river, not on the sidewalk there. So I think he went down.
So you think he was walking down there? You think he was walking? You think he was walking down by the bank?
Yeah, on the bank of the river.
Okay.
Not on the street, not on the sidewalk.
Okay.
I think
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, that makes sense, Ken, because if your phone pings, it's not going to ping at the exact location you're at. It's going to be within a couple feet, 100, 30 feet, 20 feet, 15 feet, somewhere like that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, first of all, if somebody robbed him, stole his phone, and then pushed him in the river, they couldn't have pushed him there because they pushed him off right there. then his body would be on the rocks because the river's not, if you go right down there, it's like a bunch of, and then homeless people live on the top part of that, but down at
Yeah,
the water,
yeah. I
right?
was watching some videos, and that's what I was saying a while ago. Is it looked like there's been etched out rocks used as like stairs to walk
Yeah.
down it and up it.
But there's
So
no way that I would think a drunk person could walk down those stairs.
no, I wouldn't think so either. See, this is the area that they were talking about was
Yeah.
the last area.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the area where they found his credit card, and I believe that's the area where he went in the water. But I don't believe that that's where he walked down to the water. I believe he walked down to
Right.
the water.
So he
closer
would
to
have.
where-
Yeah, your theory makes a lot of sense. I mean, if he was down there by the bank, I mean, it's easier to fall in that way than it is to be up here and fall in.
Yeah. No way he could fall in. Now he could have walked across the bridge and fell over and fell in, but then you'd ask, how did his credit card get on the bank?
Yeah,
And how did his shirt get on the homeless person? I
yeah.
believe
How
he
did
took his- I believe he
how
took
did
his shirt
somebody
off,
get his shirt
water to
on?
wash up.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I would have never thought that because I thought that this brush was so thick that there's no way that somebody intoxicated would have been able to make it through.
No, he would have
But
went down where you saw.
I'm sure there's paths. Go ahead.
I mean, where you saw the last video he was seen at. You see the river in the background.
Yeah.
That's where he went down
Okay.
and walked along the bank to wash up. And first of all, where he was at, you can tell a lot of tourists are there, right? So nobody would go down to the river, take off their shirt. Well, I wouldn't go down the river and take off my shirt and wash up.
Right.
I would kind of go, a little bit down where it's more private. And that looks like it's a long way, but it's really about 1 block.
Yeah, it does look like a long way. I mean, I thought, man, this is a hell of a walk.
Yeah, no, it's not that far. Right there.
So
right
what you're saying is this little area right here,
Yeah.
it goes all the way underneath here?
Well, along the bank. I mean, it's rocky, but
Yeah,
still, it's
along
not
the
like-
bank. You
Right.
see what I'm talking about? This little concrete area?
Yeah. It's like that's where they have bands and there's like an amphitheater there.
Okay.
So you get down the river over there, and that's where he was last seen in the video. Right there's where he was last seen. Right there.
Yeah, he was crossing right here. Yeah.
Mhm. So
And he was going along this wall right here when they caught the
exactly, and right there where you pointed before is where we had the Nashville bombing, several years ago. But anyway,
well
right
that does make sense to keep going straight.
Yeah, I believe he went
rather
down
than
and
turning
washed up
left.
in the river, and I think he fell in the river. I think he took off his shirt to wash the vomit and blood, because he did see him fall and hit his head.
Yeah.
And then, when his phone went in the water, it quit working, and that's it. Now, he could have been robbed and thrown in the water, but he's 6'7", and there's no way you're going to take somebody down to all the way down there and throw them and walk them all the way down the bridge under the bridge and throw them in the water.
Right.
You're not going to throw them off the top of the bridge.
So what are people saying in that area? Do you have any? I mean, do they have the same kind of theory as you do, or is there anything different being said?
Well, no, the news report's not going to tell you that, hey, he fell in the river and floated down.
Yeah.
Right. But the problem is that all the search and rescue are looking around that area. Well, he's floated down a week from. He's already floated down, probably 50 or 60 miles down the river. He fell in and drowned. A drunk guy fell in and drowned. So sad, but that's what happened.
Yeah.
I don't think he was robbed. I don't think he was drugged beforehand, and people were following him around to rob him and take his money. He's a college student. And that has been done before in Nashville. And usually the people that drug people get them drunk, and then they take them home, kind of. You don't take them home. They rob them. They use these people with money.
I mean, those 5 people that we saw, I wonder if any of them had anything to do with it.
No. If they would have, why would they want to hurt a drunk college kid?
Yeah.
To steal his phone? Well, then they're still in his phone. They would have been using his
So
phone.
where do you know where these cameras are? Because it says area monitored 24 hours by police cameras. Are they on the buildings or are they on the trees?
Well, I haven't really, I mean, I actually have been down to that part. I have been down to the river and some of those bridges on the other side when I
Yeah.
was younger. And I stumbled across. I was probably in college too, and I stumbled across a homeless camp. And go, wow, I didn't know people lived down here. It's kind of creepy, but I'm thinking he just that's what happened. I think he
But
fell
you
in the
know
river.
what, Ken? You know what, Ken? This sounds, it's simple, but it possibly did happen. I mean, what if he went down by the river to take a piss,
Yeah,
and
or
lost his footing and fell in?
or
I
went
mean,
to wash his face off or whatever, just because he obviously
yeah,
you can tell he needed to sober up, right?
yeah.
I mean, if I was, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily do it. I
I've
would be
been
like,
in the lake. I've been in the lake, and hell, being drunk, it's hard as hell to swim. It's
right,
hard as hell to swim.
yeah.
You're drunk, you just don't. I mean, you can't gauge your direction where you're going. Everything, every move feels like you're going under. It's just a bad situation. White
Uh,
Lion said it's
yeah.
possible he was solicited for sex. There are known places that people go for that stuff. Does anybody go to the river for that?
And that's quite possible. That he could have been, abused and then thrown in the river. But once again, you got to lure him down there to the bank, and he's 6'7". You can't carry him down the bank, and you can't
Yeah.
do anything right there because it's too public. So, and I doubt that he would have had the sense to, meet up with anybody on his phone down there on the
Yeah.
bank. So,
I mean, if you fall in, the chances of anybody hearing you splash and fall in and yelling for help is going to be hard because there's so many damn cars and
right.
everything passing by here.
Yeah.
And this is at an upward slope, so all the sound is being muffled by all this stuff up here.
Yeah. Once you get past this point right here, you go north, which would be to the left. That's like nobody wants to go that way. It's like
Yeah.
no tourists can go that way. So I believe that nobody would have saw him or heard him. I mean, some homeless people may have, but they're trying to put on the homeless people like killing him and whatever. I just don't think that's the case. I think that he went down the river. My point is that we have the shirt and we have the credit card on the bank, and we don't have him or his wallet or his phone. If somebody robbed him, they would take his phone.
Yeah, it's possible.
And if they had to get rid of his body, the only way to get rid of his body is to drive him away. Well, I doubt that happened. Or he put him in the river. Well, you can't just put somebody in the river easily. You got to be on the bank.
Well, Ken, who plays at this stadium over here?
That's the Tennessee Titans.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But I wasn't certain. I thought it was a baseball team or the football team. I just didn't know.
That's my theory, and I believe that it makes sense. Otherwise, somebody else has all these other theories, but my theory makes sense because, number one, he was drunk. Number two, his phone stopped pinging. Number three, a shirt and credit card was found on the side of the bank. It has been told that his shirt, someone seen with his shirt with vomit on it, or that they said that they found it and had vomit. They may have cleaned it up before they started wearing it. But the shirt and the credit card are two clues.
Well, we have a question for you, Ken. White Lion says, how many drownings happen in that area annually or monthly? Has there been
there's bridges there, and there's quite a few people jump off those bridges, suicide.
Off the bridges?
Yeah, they jump off the bridge to commit suicide.
Not this one, the other one over here.
More the one more upstream.
Oh, okay.
It is more of a pedestrian bridge where.
How deep is that river?
Oh, it's not real swift, but once it's got currents, and so
Okay.
it's. I don't know how deep it is, but the river goes all the way from Appalachia all the way to through Tennessee to the Tennessee River. So it's a pretty long river.
Oh, wow. Wow. Man, this is an intriguing case. Well, I appreciate you coming up and giving us your insight and everything. You
Thanks
know,
for
you're basically there, and you would know it better than I would here in Texas.
The thing is, they had to find his body, to make a determination of what happened, but they need to be looking in the river downstream.
Yeah.
And then they can just, determine, well, if he was drugged, the toxicology test.
Well, does the river flow this way, or does it go this way?
That way, yeah.
To the left.
Yes, to the left.
Okay, so yeah, that would make sense. If he went in right here, his stuff would have been found down this way.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. If it flowed this way, then how would his stuff been found in the other?
Yeah, but his stuff was found not in the water. His stuff was found on the bank, which means that.
Right.
I mean, it does look like a long way from that picture, but it's really like a block away.
Okay. Yeah, that picture makes it look like that's quite a walk, man.
Yeah. I don't think it's that. You know how it has that kind of fisheye look.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Well, I appreciate you, man.
Sure. Thanks.
Thank you very much. If you have anything else you want to say, let me know. Come back up, all right? Have a good evening. Man, that was interesting. That's awesome. That's awesome to have firsthand information about what we're looking at. Because I mean, on this picture, you don't know the distance of how far it is from this and this and this. But this individual he let us know specifically exactly what's around this park. And I could see his theory. I could see it. Because all this is not, I mean, that's just a chain link fence. It doesn't look like it's something secure. And there's an opening right there. Like you said, if you walk down by the bank, it's curtains, especially if you're not in the best of mindset. I don't know if y'all have ever been drunk, but it's hard as hell to, dang, I didn't even notice this guy right here. What's he pulling out of that truck? Let's go take a look. See, we didn't even notice him. Anyways, if you've ever been drunk and you've fallen in some water or something like that, it is difficult to swim. It's difficult to get your balance. It's difficult to get your bearings. It's difficult all the way around. So that is some awesome knowledge there. Thank you so much, Ken. And you're welcome to come up. Again, if we talk about this further and your theories comes to fruition, and it is true, the rest of you, Jeff, Kim, Patriot, thank you so much. Sabrina, especially. Thank you so much for hanging with me for this hour. I guess I'm going to cut it off because I don't have anything else at this point. If we hear anything else, I'll definitely continue this case. And I hope you guys have a good night. If you hear anything different than what we've heard, my email is on my channel. You can email me. Make sure you identify who you are. I don't want any spam emails or anything like that. So y'all have a good night. I'll talk to you later. 12 gauge out. His name is Ken. He basically gave a boots on the ground layout of the area. He told me what the brush area was about, how it was, the landscape was, direction, thing of that nature. I'm about to end this, Jeff. If you want to come up and talk after the video's over, just let me know and I'll send you a link, all right? The rest of you guys, y'all have a good